The next session that will be taken by Mr. Saurabh Chaturvedi again, Associate Professor NIPT Kangra, and he is going to present, discuss the topics marking, spreading, and lay plan. So I have already in previous day I have already given the introduction of Mr. Chaturvedi. So now I directly request Mr. Chaturvedi to start a presentation. So I welcome and invite Mr. Chaturvedi for his presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So we are back. Yesterday, I have taken one session with you for marker making, and we discussed about markers, splicing, bundling, and ticketing. That was our topic. So today we will do cut order planning, the main focus, because marking we have covered all the aspects, and spreading Chaudhary sir also covered and I have covered. So today we will discuss about the cut order planning. What is a cut order planning? Before starting the class, I'll request everyone to keep pencil and paper ready with you, so that because in this exercise we will try to do some exercise with hand also, so that I'll give you some questions, or then the solutions will come. I have not shared the solution straight away, because in case I'll share the solution, there is no point in finding out the solution. So cut order planning, even in yesterday's class I was explaining you the cut order planning is
So
depending on. Yes.
your black box is showing in on the screen.
Sorry.
Black box is showing on the screen. The
Background.
screen is not visible. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Again showing black box.
Now.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Yes. So it will be, as soon as I'll go to the PPT when it is required, I will just start and it will show the PPT. Okay. So before starting it, now the cut order planning. Everyone has little idea of what is cut order planning or lay planning. Let's, for example, I receive in a factory, I receive a quantity of 2000 pieces, and there are different sizes. So how we cut it? Whether we cut only the small pieces first or medium pieces cut, whether we cut small, medium, large together or medium, large, XL together, and which color to be cut first, can we mix the color, which size to be mixed first, it depends on. And there are, in case we go in permutation combination, there can be n number of solution to cut a particular order. Even one order we can cut in at least 10 different ways, but there is a one solution which is the best, in which the marker making is less. We require less markers to cut the entire garment, and we required less lace plies to spread the cut all the garments. So that is what we call cut order planning. So that is in theory cut order planning. So before understanding going through, we'll do some exercise, very minute exercise, and then we understand different aspects. So we'll start with the easy questions. Okay. Okay, so this is cut order planning. I hope it is visible. Is this visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so cut order planning, we call the heart of the TNA is PCD. PCD is plan cut date, and TNA is time and action calendar. So which we make it to make our shipment on time. So cutting is what they say in general. In case cutting is on time, the shipment will go on time, because before that, after that, generally we are able to.
So PCD stands for
Plan cut date.
plant cut date. Okay, okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
So if your plan cut date go on time, generally a shipment will go on time. That is a thumb rule. We initially in factories we used to do survey on what are the late shipments. After that, with all the research, the companies have started whether the plan cutting date was on time or not, because they know if cutting is on time, more often than not, the shipment is on time. So all the problems happen before that. So cutting is what they called as the heart of TNA, or time and action calendar. Now, economic cut quantities. The economic cut quantities will make the best use of fabric, so that we can have a make the best use of fabric, make the best use of labor also, because instead we, in case one order someone is cutting in the class in 3 lays and I can cut the same order in 2 lays, then it is the best use of labor. Make the best use of machinery and available space and maintaining the smooth flow of work to the sewing room. Let's see. Now, before starting it, let me explain some of the things which are critical for understanding how the fabric get lost. So first of all, we need to understand what is an end loss. Now, let's say, for example, this is the marker. The marker which is given as of 10 meters. Now, in case someone is spreading the lay, whether they will start from this edge or they have to leave something extra beyond this edge. Your input, whether they will spread the lay ply from that edge or they will leave some fabric after this edge. Please give your
Sir,
answers.
leaving some space will be better in case it has to be stitched, then certain seam allowance might be needed.
Ma'am, seam allowance is also already in the patterns. It is not seam allowance.
Seam allowances will be different, but there may be the end loss, like the fabric when it will be spread, we have to have certain allowances while cutting itself.
Correct. So we cannot start because what allowance in case, let's for example, it's lay is getting spread by little 2 mm also, and it is deviation. So this pattern will have something which is 2 mm not less than, so it can get displaced. So we need to give allowance. So we can give different allowance. Sometimes it is the allowances of 2 centimeter, both sides, sometimes 2 centimeter including both sides, 4 centimeter on both sides. So that is called end loss. So we have to leave some fabric here and some fabric here. Now that is more than marker length. That is
Sir, sorry to interrupt in between, sir. So basically, to be on safer side, the allowance is given over here.
correct. Now that allowance is generally 2 centimeter one side. In some cases when there is no slippage in the fabric, we give the allowance of only 1 centimeter one side. Don't assume it just 1 centimeter. Sometimes in factories they have done it. For example, instead of 2 centimeters, some spreaders are doing it with 5 centimeters. So you can just assume in case 3 centimeter at each ply we are doing it. In case at each ply we are doing 3 centimeters and we have 100 plies. So 100 into 3, 300 centimeter fabric we have said one side and 3 centimeter. So 600 centimeters, 6 meter of fabric we have wasted in just one lay because of this. So this is one of the end loss which happens and we need to take care. So before doing the calculation, we need to understand the concept of end loss. So the end loss concept clear. So now we'll move ahead.
Sir, I have one query. Sir, as you said that it varies from 2 centimeter to even 5 centimeter. So basically the slippage depends on what?
Slippage depend on the fabric.
So is there any specification like for which fabric how much has to be taken?
Generally, they keep it as low as 2 centimeter on both sides. But if the fabric is not slippery enough, based on the data in the factory, they do it in case there is too much slippage, then they go it till 4 centimeters.
Can I add to this, sir?
Yes.
Please, if you are allowing me.
Yes.
Yes, sir. The one project which was done into the nearby garment industry, I'm basically from the DKT's Textile and Engineering Institute, Ichalkaranji, sir, Kolhapur. So, wherein the one project which was carried out. So, with the nearby industries, when we have done the studies for the end losses, they are taking generally to at a 2 centimeter on one side only. On the one side only, and this is basically for the one fabrics. This depends on if I'm going with the needed kind of a fabric, there is a more slippage we can consider, or maybe some kind of a slippery. If it is a satin like the fabric, then there is a more slippage, and that's what this end loss, whatever maybe we are keeping it will be more. As the question which has been asked by one of the participants.
Correct. The same thing I was telling, it generally 2 centimeter and it can vary from fabric.
Yes, sir.
Now, and while spreading, there is a width variation. So width variation, so we will align all the width from one side and there will be variation from other side. So we can align it one side because there is variation. So we will align from one side. Now there will be remnant loss. The remnant loss are the losses. Let's, for example, we have roll number 1, 2, 3, as I explained in splicing. If there is no splicing mark, so after that, for example, the marker length is 10 meter and we have 100 meters. So this roll will be completely utilized. Second roll comes as 10 meter and 104. So 4 meter will be the remnant loss. So these are the losses which we need to accommodate because we have calculated the consumption based on actual things. So the remnant loss is, the more the remnant loss, the higher the wastage or consumption will increase. So in lay planning, we need to check which roll is suitable for what kind of marker length. It should be integer and the remnant loss should be less. For example, in this case, there are 3 rolls. The first row, there is no remnant loss. In second row, the remnant loss is of 4 meters. In third row, the remnant loss is of 8 meters if there is no splicing. So this roll of 88 meters should not be used for this marker length. In case there is a marker length of maybe 11 meters, this roll is better suited for that roll. So the allocation of rolls particular to a particular marker length will help to reduce the remnant loss, and that is what we do the planning, and it is based on the how intelligent is our the spreader and how he does it, or if it is a software, we can do it as it is. Now let's take a first question, very easy.
So sorry to disturb. What is the remnant loss you talk about?
Remnant loss, let's for example, I repeat, the marker length is of 10 meter.
10 meter. Yes, sir.
Okay. The first roll is of 100 meter. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we will able to split 10 plies and there will be no remnant loss.
Yes, sir.
Now we started the second roll. It is of 104 meter. So we will split 10 plies and the 4 meter will be left. We cannot spread it.
Okay.
Okay. If there is no splicing, then the 4 meter will be lost, and that 4 meter is called remnant loss. In third roll is of 88 meter. Very possible, practically possible, it will come as 88 meter. We will spread 8 plies and the 8 meter will be my remnant loss, and 8 meter is a huge loss. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So this is called what we call remnant loss. So we have seen 2 losses mainly, end losses and remnant loss. Now let's take one question. Very simple question will start. Order quantity of 1000 pieces can be cut with the below marker. Please mute your mics. Order quantity of 1000 pieces can be cut with the below markers. Please advise the best marker. Support your answer with the total fabric requirement and advise the actual garment consumption for all the 3 markers. Option A, I can cut marker length of 3 meter, which can cut 3 garments. Marker length of 5 meter, which can cut 5 garments. And option C, marker length of 7 meter, which can cut 7 garments. I have to leave end losses of 2 centimeter need to be maintained at both the sides. I need to have end losses of 2 centimeter on both the sides. That is my constraint. So whenever I'm cutting, so I need to have end losses. So out of these options, option A, option B, and option C, which option we need to choose? And what is the difference in the fabric requirement in 3 options? Is the question clear and visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the first question I'm just solving for your help. So let's, for example, these are 3 options: option A, option B, and option C. The marker length is of 3. Number of garments 3, 5, 7. They are cutting. End losses per plies will be 0.04 centimeter. That is 0.04 centimeter. So ply length will be 3 plus 3.04, 5 plus 5.04, and 7 plus 7.04. Number of plies required in first case will be 334. Number of plies required in second case will be 200, and number of plies required in third option will be 143. Once we apply the ply length into this, so in this option 1, to cut almost the same number of garments, we will use 1015 meters of fabric. To cut same kind of garments, we will use 1008 meters of fabric, and to cut same amount of garment, we will use 1006 meters of fabric. So this calculation part is clear, or I should stay on this slide for at least 2 minutes?
Stay, sir.
So as per this calculation, sir, the last C options which has been given, I guess this will be the more profitable.
Correct. That is the most. So always the objective is that we should use maximum marker length. What is the possibility? We cannot increase beyond our table length. So it depends on how big a table is and how much big we can, because there are constraints. Once we go beyond 12 meters, there are constraints with the lay length also. So as far as, but we should not go for a smaller length, 3 meters, 5 meters. Someone says, सर 3 मीटर का भी 3 मीटर में 3 कटते हैं, 5 मीटर में 5 कटते हैं, 7 मीटर में 7 कटते हैं. So we don't have any difference. No, because each ply we will lose 0.04 centimeter.
Sir, so basically we should go for the higher number.
Correct. We should go for higher number. Otherwise, because you'll not see it, but once you see the calculation, because till the time I have not done this calculation in front of you, you are not able to visualize it. How much is the difference? Right now, the difference is looking as 2 meters or 7 meters. But once we cut a huge quantity, the difference is huge. And in case we multiply with the cost of fabric, the actual cost of fabric is very high. Can we move ahead?
So the smaller component is going to add a lot at the end when we are calculating in a total manner.
Correct. In general term, let's for example, whenever I fill up, whenever I go to a petrol pump, there is a loss of some 1 rupees. He will not fill. Whether I get the petrol of 100 rupees, he will fill of 99 rupees. In case I get the petrol fill of 50 rupees, he will fill for 49 rupees. So it's always good to take the petrol in a huge quantity. Like same thing, we will not lose every time, because number of plies are getting reduced. In first case, number of plies are 334. Second case, number of plies are 200, and third case, number of plies are 140. So lesser the number of plies, less is the loss. Is this clear to everyone? Can we move ahead now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this question I have solved for you. I expect the next question to be to solve for you on your own. This is the question. You have to make the best cut plan for the below. Maximum lay height is 50 plies. Maximum lay length is 4 garment. For in one marker, we can advise maximum 4 garments. So I can mix one small, one medium, one large, and one XL. Or either I can mix 2 small, 2 medium. I can mix 2 large, 2 XL. But I cannot mix 4 garments. Please, someone has unmuted his mic. Please solve the question. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Visible now, sir.
Okay, so you have solved the question. So I'm changing it, everyone. So I've given some time to you. In case I give long time, we're not able to solve all the questions. So just see how it has been solved. Everyone pay attention to the screen now. First of all, we need to decide in how many lays we should cut this whole style. First, we need to find the optimum number, because someone comes with, sir, I can cut in 2 lays, I can cut in 3 lays, I can cut in 4 lays. So how to decide which is the best option? Okay. So first we need to decide what is the optimum number of lays required to cut this order. So to calculate this, I need to first see what is the total order quantity. The total order quantity of this piece is 260 pieces, correct? आप लोगों ने निकाल लिया होगा. You must have calculated. The total order quantity is 260 pieces, and maximum number of garments that can cut in one lay. Maximum number of garment that can cut in one lay is 50 into 4. I can cut at most 200 pieces. That's true. I can cut at most 200 pieces. Is this correct? Please
Yes.
revert. Yes. Okay. So I can cut at most 200 pieces. That means, and I have to cut 260. So minimum, I need to have 2 lays. So for that kind of order, I need to see what is the best lay I can do it. So now, and also the marker needs to be less. So what based on this, I have tried to make this thing. The lay one I have applied with 25 plies, which is of XL, double XL and 2M. So lay one I have done is, so I have used two markers. Lay one is 25 plies, XL one size, double XL one size and 2M. So lay one I will cut 25 pieces of XL, 25 pieces of XL and 50 pieces of my M. So this is how I have cut. So I have used four-way garments maximum possible, and I have applied 25 plies. I can spread 50 plies, but the quantity is not that much. Lay 2, I have done 40 plies. I have used one small, two large and one medium. One small, two large 80 pieces and one medium. So 40 pieces will be this. So total order quantity what is required was 40, 90, 80, 25 and 25 is been cut. Is this clear?
Sir, I have one query.
Yes.
Because I am not basically from garment field. Sir, if the different sizes of the garments are cut together, whether it is
Yes.
M.
Yes.
Okay, they are not cut separately. Okay.
Why? In case we cut separately, we will not get the best marker. They need to cut. That's what I'm saying, that in this marker, in case you see, there are different sizes. 8 sizes also there, 4 is also there, 6 is also there, 10 is also there. That's what I covered in yesterday's class, that we have to mix the different sizes.
Okay. Got it, sir. Doubt is clear.
Everyone, can I move ahead with this question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
just
easy.
one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Can I go ahead? Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So the one plan which has been done, or the one lay which has been done, it's basically for the M size, XL and the double XL size. So can I mix, like if I want to go with the first layer, can I go with the L, XL and double XL?
You can go with it. That's it issue. In case you are cutting with, in case there is another way solution, because there are n number of solution. In case you have other solution in which you are using only two lays and two markers, that is okay. In case same order quantity, you can cut with two lays and two markers, that's okay. It is based on the ratio. I am cutting in ratio. That's it. First, I have seen that there is a ratio of 1:1:2 in this and 1:1:2 in this. So I just cut in the ratio. You can take other ratio also. Let's take one more question. Now, I have just given you a little trick of how to make a lay plan. Now try to make the lay plan for this. Is the question visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes to try to solve this question, and then I'll share the answer in 5 minutes. You try your permutation combination.
Sir,
Question
now
is not visible.
Is it visible now?
No,
yes,
sir. It is not visible for me.
Someone is saying it's visible. Is it visible?
Abhi, it's visible, sir.
It's visible, sir. Visible.
Visible, sir.
To solve this question, you have 5 minutes. Okay, now I'm sharing the solution. I'm not giving you complete 5 minutes, otherwise you're not able to finish. Some of you must have tried it. Let's see what is the solution. So first of all, anyone can guess how many lays it will require to cut the entire order?
Four lays, sir.
4 lays. So that is the answer. The total order quantity is 300, 400, 400,
375.
1300 pieces. The maximum number of garments per lace 75 into 5 is 375. The theoretical minimum number of lace is 4. I am repeating. I repeat. This is theoretical minimum of number of lace. If there are 3 more colors, we can have to increase the number of lace. But minimum itne mein cut sakta hai. Minimum we can cut in 4 number of.
Sir, minimum it will be 3 or 4.
4 because it is coming 3 point something, so we need to have 3 lays will be
0.46.
3.46 it is coming, sir.
so. But can you have a lay of 0.46? Can we have a 0.46%?
No.
That
It
is
is-
why we should go for 3.
How we can go for 3, ma'am? In 3 layers, in case you will go for 3, in case you just go for 3 in 3 lays. That's, for example, you are saying for 3 in 1 lay you can cut 3 into 375 pieces. So this will be
433 pieces you have to cut. 433.33.
so it will not complete the whole order quantity, na?
Yes, sir.
You just spread 3 lays and you will cut 375 pieces in 3. So the whole 1300 will not be cut. So minimum we required 4. Now it depends on how you do the cut planning. Now I don't know. 4 was easy to get the answer based on simple calculation. Kitna how much is required now. Now the lay plan is this. I don't know how many of you were able to get the complete correct lay plan for this order. Again, I have done only 2 markers I have used. So as you can see, there are only 2 markers. So I am not troubling my marker making team with more than 2 markers. So I have done just 2 markers. So I have mixes 2 sizes and then 1 ply I have done with only small size. So this is how I've done it. As simple as I've tried to give it. If you see, it's not a it's not a hit and trial method. I'm going with some logic also, in which I'm trying to find what is the ratio. Someone said it is required 5 garments, and I can see the ratio between medium and large is 2:3. 2:3. I can just see the ratio. It's shouting. The order quantity is shouting to me that in case you are cutting in 1 lay, 2 pieces of large, cut 3 pieces of M. It is shouting. or in case I am mixing small and medium, I should have one piece of small and two pieces of medium, so that there is no unevenness. So it is shouting. So this is how we can cut in 4 lays. Anyone was able to reach this answer? Anyone in the among the participants was able to reach this answer? Strange. It's not that difficult, because after this the level will little increase. The level of difficulty, because just basic things. For example, like I can say it's like we are doing net practice kind of thing right now with the, in case the cut order planning is concerned. Is this side clear? Please, any doubts, ask right now. In case anyone has a doubt, please ask, or I should continue.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the logic behind? I mean, taking, like, for the small size, you have selected the one layer which is of 300 pieces. And I mean, can it be divided into the two layers also? The 300 pieces which I need to cut.
Why you want to cut in 300 into what? You want to spread in 30-30 plies?
Not 30-30. But can I make it like 100-100 with the all 3 layers?
100. We have a maximum thing of the height is of 75 plies.
Yeah, 75 plies.
Okay, so we cannot do 100. We have to cut with 75 only. So I have done, so 75, 75, 50. You mean to say, yes, we can do it. 60, 60, 60. Here now, second, third, and fourth.
Yes, sir, that's what I'm asking. Like with the S size, you have taken it directly 300 with the one layer only. One layer only. Yeah.
Correct. So
what is the logic behind you are selecting, like with the M size, you have selected 225, then second is 225, and the last one is the 150.
No, it's look, I'll just explain the logic. I'm doing it in front of you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So first off, what I have done, I have taken the ratio as medium and large. Okay. This is small, medium, large, and XL. Okay. So I have taken the ratio as medium and large is the 2:3. So I have done 3 pieces of this and 2 of this. So I can expect maximum 75 plies. So in 75 plies, once I do it, I will able to cut 150 pieces of this, and I will cut 225 pieces of this. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, please mute yourself. Now from my order quantity, I will subtract what was the quantity of medium. From medium, I will subtract that quantity. Again, I will spread 75 lays because it is maximum possible. Then I will again cut 225 and I will then spread 150. Then I will see right now my quantity left to be cut is only 100 and 150. That's why I'm spreading 50 plies. It's not a thing because this much quantity is left. That's how it will come. It will just, we may have make a calculation how much is left, and based on this we can do it. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just please mute yourself. So this is one of the easiest way of doing it. Again, what everyone need to notice it here is that we have used only 2 markers. So let's, for example, in case in one marker making, even if it is a manual marker in our company and it takes 4 hours, we are not to cut one order. We are not disturbing the marking team too much. So we said, oh, we need only 2 markers. So that is very important. Some people have cut the same orders because once I give exercise, I do come across with interesting answers from all the students. Some students do cut it with different same and different ratios, but they do make 3 markers. So it is an extra time in our company, and that's what the objective was, to reduce the labor time and to optimize use. And with this, we are optimizing it. So we are using only 2 markers, spreading only 4 lays, and cutting all the pieces. And what are the extra pieces required? We'll see what is the based on the extra pieces which are required. So we'll go on next question. I wish someone is able to solve the question. So that way the interest will increase once you able to solve the questions. This question visible? Is the question visible?
No.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Again, I'm giving you 5 minutes to solve this question. Now there is one point. Cloth saving on multi-size or multi-garment marker is 5%. That means in case we mix sizes, so let's for example, in case I used marker of small plus medium, 2.0 plus 2.2 is 4.2. So total length is 4.2. But because I'm using multi-size, so I will save 5%. So it will be not be 4.2, it will be 95% of 4.2. That will be my marker length. And allowance is not included in the marker length. First of all, we need to calculate what is the size of and all the sizes. So that is easy. That everyone must have calculated. I have changed the slide. The small, these are the pieces. That's very easy to calculate. What are the pieces? How many pieces are in the each size? How many? Anyone calculated how many lays are required to cut this order? With this question, anyone can see how many lays are required? Can we start solution, everyone? Please revert. Can we start solution now?
Yes, sir.
So you have,
Yes, sir. Please start.
okay. So I have given you time to let's solve, and let's see how many of you are able to solve. With your voice, I can figure it. You're not only. So this is the quantity. Just 1 second. Hello. So this quantity everyone must have done it. That's not a problem for anyone. It's very easy. Now, how we are cutting it? I have again in this style also I have used only 2 markers. First, I have taken the ratio. Again, it's all in the ratio. In case you see medium, large, and XL, it is medium, large, and XL. Medium, large, and XL. They are in the ratio 1:2:1. So it is showing that 1:2:1. So this I can take out 1. Okay. Now this is in ratio 1 and 1:1. So what I have tried to make, because maximum possible, I just try to show how. Because students ask me, sir, ये तो hit and trial है. Once you are giving us the answer, we can see. Okay. So my first thing was maximum was my 4 garments. So that I have to make sure that I need to meet 4 garments. So which 4 I can mix? I can see the ratio here that small and medium are in the ratio 1:1. So in case I take 2 of cell, I can read off the whole quantity. I just that number of plies will come later, because in case I'll take in this ratio 2 of small and 2 of double XL, I will able to reach it. The ratio is 1:1. So in case I will take 1 of 2 of large and 1 of XL, again in this ratio, I will able to get rid of medium, large, and XL. So in case I just follow this ratio, the whole garment, whole order will be cut. In case I follow this ratio, the whole order will be cut. Is this logic clear? I have removed. So with this logic, I'll ask my marker maker. It was not clear. Tanya, your voice was not clear. I'm not able to hear. If you can write your query on the chat, that will be okay, because I cannot hear you. So with this logic, we have done it. So I'll ask my marker making to make the marker of small and XL and lay 2 of these quantities. I have done it with them. So with this, I will able to cut my entire lay. The entire order I will able to cut it. Again, I have used only 2 markers and I have used in 4 lays. Anyone was able to do it in the class or close to it? Anyone is able to solve it or in the class or look, friends, it's an online thing, but you need to revert so that I can understand and I can move forward.
Sir, we need some time, sir.
Okay. Now this is what we call cut order planning, and it requires a lot of logic. So in case we don't pay attention to this and we are depending on just the cutting person who is there, you might see a huge losses. and you are not able to understand. And that's why this cutting room required a lot of inputs from your side, and it is a mind work. It's not someone said this industry is it doesn't require any logic, but in case we are dealing with money, so this much and same orders I have seen, practically I have seen same order being cut in 5 lays. In case you apply little logic, some logic, same order can be cut in 4 lays. I'm changing the slide now because we need to calculate the fabric consumption, and that is what is, and that's how the software are coming on this also. And that's how you need to understand the logic, and then we can understand what and software is doing for this. So I'm changing the slide, friends. Now I have done 2 markers, one marker and marker 2. The length, please pay attention to this slide, everyone. It is very important to understand this slide in a broader sense. Everyone, please pay attention to this slide. There are 2 markers, marker 1 and marker 2. In first marker, we have used 2 small size and 2 XL size. Total length is 9.2 meters. Second marker we have used, okay, first let's do first thing. Total length is 9.2 meters. Our fabric saving, which was given in the question, is 5%. So it is marker length is 8.740 meter. And allowance, it is given as 3 centimeter per ply. So we are giving it, that means 1.5 centimeter on both sides they are leaving in this fabric. So they have given. So this is 0.03. So ply length for marker 1 is 8.77 meter. So while giving instruction to the spreading person for this first marker, in case the lay length is 8.740, we need to do this calculation on our own. And the spreader, who is a lay person, we need to give him the details that boss, please spread 8.77 meters, and then we will put the marker on top of that. So that is what we call ply length, and that is called marker length, and that is and allowance. So we need to add everything. In case we will not make saving, we will not able to save this 5%. So we need to add this 5%. Second marker is also of 2.2. Length is 2 into 2.4. XL is 1 into 2.5, 9.5. We save 5% and it is 9.025. So is this slide clear? The calculation part, how we'll calculate the ply length?
Slide is not visible, sir.
When I was explaining that time, it was visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am asking again, is
Yes,
this
sir.
calculation clear to everyone?
Can you just repeat this, sir, please?
I'll repeat again. There's no point going forward. Our first marker is of, we have done 2 pieces of small, correct? And 2 pieces of XL. Correct? So this is 2 into 2.04 and 2 into 2.6, 5.2 plus 4. The total length is 9.2. On this 9.2, as it is set, we'll get a 5% saving because we are mixing the sizes. So once we are mixing the sizes, we have saved 5%. So when we have saved the 5%, the marker length is 8.740. 9.2 into 0.95 is 8.70. And allowance is 0.03 on each ply. So ply length for the first marker is 8.77 meter. Clear now? Is this calculation clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, we will do the calculation for We will do the calculation for marker length 2. And based on our last slide, which was there, in which we have calculated how many plies will spread for marker 1 and marker 2. Based on ply length, now we have to calculate what is the total fabric requirement. And that fabric requirement, we have to give the fabric vendor to give us the fabric.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What are maybe the saving which we have considered? It's for the two sizes, 5% we are standard, taking it as a standard, or what?
In this question for understanding, it is given as 5%. For example, you say cloth saving for multi-size or multi-garment is 5%. It varies whether we are doing for in case we are doing for in case we are mixing only 2 sizes, it is a little less. In case we mix 3 sizes, it is a little more. It varies from 0% to 7%. For understanding, in this question, we have taken 5%.
Okay, sir. And one more, like it's a very like basic question, but the marker length is what are maybe the pieces which we are laying on the top layer, that will be your marker length.
Correct.
Yeah, and the ply length is your fabric total, whatever maybe we are spreading on the table.
Correct.
Spreading table. That's your ply length.
Ply length.
Am I right, sir?
Right. Yeah, you're right. Based on ply length, our fabric consumption will be not based on marker length. Our fabric consumption will be based on ply length. Correct. Because we are spreading that fabric. So in case in your factory, you are doing your calculation based on marker length, that will be not correct. We need to order the fabric based on ply length. So now try to calculate how much fabric is required for this order. Is this calculation clear what we have covered as of now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now it's very easy for marker. For example, for second marker, we have used 240 plies, and first marker we have used 60 plies. So we have to multiply just 240 into this much and 60 into this much, and we'll get our fabric requirement, whatever is the fabric requirement. So we'll get the fabric requirement in this case. So this is the total fabric which is required for this order. It is 2699 meters. And once we calculate, multiply with the fabric cost that we required, how much is the fabric cost. But in case someone is not doing calculation properly, they will have higher fabric requirement and they will be in loss. Or the other way around, they will order the less fabric. In case they are not doing the lay planning, they will have the shortage of fabric. And we all in factories, those who are in garment factory, we all know the fabric shortage comes frequently. Now, why it happens? Because either the calculation is not done properly. If calculation is not done properly, if calculation is done properly, the execution is not in accordance to the calculation. So both the things once go in sync, we don't have fabric problem. Can we move to next question? Can we move to next question now, please? At least solve next question on your own. And now I have tried to cover all the concept. And these are different softwares for which are coming for cut order planning. And what they do all these calculation in software form, and they do it. So for as a technologist, in case we are in this field, as a faculty members, we need to understand the logic behind this. Okay, so try to cut. Okay, this question is in 2 slides. So first just note down this and then I'll change the slide. Or you can take a screenshot and then I'll just change the slide. Try to this one more question. Can I change the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the first question. I've given the ratio, the fabric consumption. Now this, one of colleague was asking how much is the saving. In this question, in case you are doing one way, there is 0% saving. Two way, it is 2% saving. Three way, 3%. Four way, 5%. Five way, 6%. So as I increase the number of sizes, my saving increases. So I should try to mix it. हेलो, नमस्कार गुलशेर। हाँ। Can we start solving now? Anyone is through with the question? Can we solve it, or please revert something, or in case you are not trying, so let me solve it for you, or you are trying. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. Solve it, sir.
So you are audible. Please start solving,
Can
sir.
we solve it, or you're trying?
We are trying, but
We
sir,
have-
please solve it for us. It will take time.
Okay, let's see how. First of all, you can just cross. I hope the slide is visible. I'm not able to see chat now. In case slide is not visible, you just raise the voice.
Visible, sir.
So this is the ratio and loss. The first of all, you need to calculate what is the sizes in light blue and dark blue. For easy, in case you see, everyone know in this present scenario, everyone, all orders need to be at least with 5 to 6 colors. For easy calculation, to reduce complexity for the sake of understanding, we are just doing with 2 colors. So in practically there are so many colors and they have to cut so many colors. So first of all, we need to calculate the ratio in each color based on the requirement. So they have given the ratio of 1:4 for light blue and dark blue, and they've given some ratio on 38, 40, 42, 44. So based on this, just a calculation, a class 6 student can do also what is the quantity in each sizes. That is as simple. So this most of you must have done it. Now, in this calculation, I have done lay 1 with 50 plies, lay 2. It is a huge quantity, so I have done lay 1 to 20 with 50 plies because the maximum is 50 plies, and lay 21 to 50 with 21 to 40 with 40 plies. So I am doing it with 2 markers. Again, I am doing with the ratio 38, 40, 42, 44. I have taken the ratio of 1:1:1:1, and the rest 40, which is only one size, which is beyond the size. I'll cut it that in one go. Again, in case you see the slide, there is a lay 1 to 20. So for lay 1 to 20, I will use the same thing. So spreader, I'll just give it the spreader ki boss, पहले 50 ply first spread 50 plies. We will spread this and we'll cut it. Once everything is done, from 21 to 40, use again spread 40 plies and we will cut this. And I will give you the marker length for this. So this is lay length, number of plies. This way I will cut it, and this is how I will cut the entire quantity. And this will easy it because there's a repetition. So this is lay 1 to 20. From lay number 1 to lay number 20, I will use the same size. So this is how I'll do it. Again, don't get intimidated or get frightened to see. It's just repetition. In case you see it, I am just concentrating on the not myself. Anyone who try to see it, he just has to see the what is the ratio of sizes, what is the ratio, and that's why we always want the order quantities to be in ratios so that we can cut it easily. And in case they are not in ratio, we try to convert them into ratios. Okay, we'll make it 2 orders to make it ratio, and that's how we used to cut it. So this slide, I hope it's clear. It's in once you have understood the concept, it's not difficult to understand. Is this? Can I move ahead? or is there any doubt on the lay plan on this slide? This is the play plan. Now again, the marker length with the same concept. I am doing the marker length. The marker 1, marker 2. Marker 1, I have used all the sizes 1, 2, 3, 4 sizes. Length is of 8.05 centimeter. Fabric saving is 5%, 7.6, and allowance is 0.02 centimeter, and ply length is 7.667. Similarly, for second ply, I am using 4 in 2.1, 8.4, 5% saving, and allowance 0.28 meter. This is just fitting because 8 meter was my maximum ply length. In case my ply length was table constraint was less than this, I cannot use it. Then from lay 1 to 4, lay 5 to 20, 21, lay 20 to 25, I have cut light blue, dark blue, light blue, dark blue. Ply length is this much. I can take it from here. Number of plies I have spread, and I can calculate the fabric. From this, I can give the vendor how much fabric I require in light blue and how much fabric I require in dark blue. And that is how actually the calculation, if required, is done in cutting system when they are issuing the order, or when the ordering the fabric, that complication that calculation is not that complex. At that time, it is average consumption that has been taken. So I'm leaving this slide for you to understand for 2 minutes. Any questions on this slide particular, please ask me. Friends, you are able to understand it's all going above the head or bouncers going. What is the status? You able to understand what we are trying to solve? Because at the start of the class there was a lot of noise, and now the noise has dropped. Because I am not aware whether you are just logged in or you are listening to me also or not.
Listening, sir.
Listening, sir. But आपकी the motivation and the sound is very less right
So
now.
we are listening to you, and we are trying to understand these different problems that you have given. We can play some bouncers, and some bouncers we are not able to play.
Yeah, you ask the doubt. I am not. I am
Yeah,
not.
yes, we will ask.
Please ask, because there is no point, because I'll just finish it. The section. There are 3 more questions or 2 more questions, but I'll not. I'll just first want you to ask, solve these questions, and then we move ahead.
Sir, actually, I'm from TD background. So after listening your lecture, I mean, since yesterday I was trying to solve it. To certain extent, I was able to understand. So because of that, the voice was a bit low.
Okay, no issues, no issues. I'm just trying to
Yeah, so
see the
I was
material.
trying to understand it so that I can enhance my knowledge.
It's okay. It's okay. So what we do is this instead of going finishing all the question words, this is, let's see how many questions are left. Okay, so this light blue and dark blue is clear to everyone.
Yes.
Okay. What I'll do is right now we'll call this session right now, and what are the questions you have taken it, you can solve it right now in the break, so that once we start 2:30 is my session. It is about on cutting tools, so I'll not take too much time on cutting tools. So in case you have any doubt regarding these questions, I can address it. So instead of going ahead, you can take the screenshot of the questions which I have tried to cover right now, and you try to solve this in the break time. And once we'll join together at 2:30. You can ask me the questions, sir. We are not able to understand this, so if you can explain it, then I will explain that particular part to you also. Is this okay? Because there is one more question left, but I want to do it after the break so that you brush up the things which we have done it. Okay, so I got from Dr. Yes. Now, so see, this is cut order planning. What I was trying to, I've stopped my screen now. So this is what is called cut order planning. So you understood what is the complexity. Jab anyone says that, okay, cut order planning may we need to reduce number of lays, we need to reduce the number of markers. But once you do theory, you're not able to understand what is the logic behind this. So that's why because in case I just taken the slide, it is just okay, we have to reduce it. But how we reduce it, it's a trick, and you don't require. In case you are doing, for example, straight away what companies are doing it. There are a lot of software companies. We are promoting it that we are giving you the software for this. So small companies which have less orders, any person can do small calculation and they can do it. But yes, if the big company is there, so we need a cut software which can give you the details as at least. So based on this logic, they make the formula and they develop the software. So cut order planning, it's a for example, the cutting room is concerned. They are all interrelated. A number of markers need to be made. The fabric requirement and the cutting person, they need to be in sync. And some of you are from garment industry. Some person said, I've seen some project, and every time, I'm not saying that with this calculation the fabric shortage will not be there, but whenever you go, there is a fabric problem is always there, and these are the tools from which we can avoid there is a fabric problem. Because once we have done it, all the calculation, boss, we will cut the fabric in this way with this cut order planning, and this much consumption. You have to spread this much ply length. I am fixing your ply length. So the spreader, in case you are going beyond this, you take approval from this so that I can know there is a shortage. Because in case I am giving you this ply length, and automatically these many garments will be cut. So there is no question of fabric shortage. Once you go out of this path, there will be fabric shortage. So I'll make the rule that I've done the calculation. I know how much fabric came in my factory. I'll make the cut order plan based on that thing, and then I give it to you. Even I was trying to explain the remnant clause, and I will make the which role to be for which marker, which role is for which marker. Now you have just seen it. In one style, we don't know. There was one roll is of 8 meter, and one roll is of one ply length was 7 point something meter. So in the integer multiplication, we will try to allocate that role to that marker and that role to that marker. So it gives a lot of logic, because we need to have shade segregation, we need to have width segregation, and then we need to see the integer which is the nearest of the row length, and then we allot that row length to that particular marker.